Parasympathetic system of autonomic nervous system. Parasympathetic part of autonomic nervous system. This division of autonomic nervous system regulate primarily activities of our body, and these activities actually conserve and restores body energy during the time of rest and recovery or during the time of health. It is an energy conservative and restorative system. It is also known as vegetative system. To remember its responses or its activity, you should have to remember SLUD, SLUD. It is key to remember its response. S means salivation, L means lacrimation, U means urination, D means defecation. Okay, so it actually helps in digestion, absorption of food and elimination of all waste products of our body. Now its efferent connections. You can see in the picture its efferent connection is related to the cranium and sacral region. Cranial region and sacral region. Cranial region efferents are known as cranial outflow, while the sacral efferents are known as sacral outflow. Now first about the cranial, so it is known as craniosacral outflow. While we have discussed about the sympathetic nervous system, its efferent arises or emerges from the thoracic region and the lumbar region. Then they go to the ganglionic chain, which lies lateral to the spinal cord, and then they supply different organs of our body. When we compare the sympathetic to the parasympathetic system efferents arises from cranial region and sacral region. First we will going to discuss the cranial outflow. When we see the cranial outflow, when we can see in the midbrain there is a nucleus which is known as third nerve nucleus or adrenal Westphal nucleus, and from this a nerve arises, and this nerve ultimately goes to the effector organ. So this is the first efferent connection of the parasympathetic nervous system. Second is from the pons. From the pons, lower part of the pons, superior salivary nucleus. The nucleus known as superior salivary nucleus, and it is actually seventh nerve nucleus and situated in the pons. The third is the inferior salivary nucleus, which is the ninth nerve nucleus. You can see in the diagram, and it arises from the upper part of the medulla. It is arising from the upper part of medulla, and finally they goes to the ganglion, and from the ganglion the second order of neuron arises and they go to the effector organ. So, and the last and the most important, the dorsal nucleus of vagus nerve, which is the 10th nerve. This from the 10th nerve nucleus, nerve arises from the it lies in the medulla part, and the nerve arises and goes to the effector organs, different effector organs like heart, lung, stomach, intestines, small intestine and large intestine. The next part is pelvic splanchnic nerve or sacral outflow. Sacral outflow is also known as pelvic splanchnic nerve. From the lateral horn of the second, third, fourth segment of the sacral region, some parasympathetic fibers comes out and form the pelvic splanchnic nerve as shown in the picture, and their effector organs are genitalia, urinary bladder, urethra, uterus, penis and colon. So this is the different connections of the parasympathetic nervous system. Now what is the effect of parasympathetic system? Actually the effect of parasympathetic stimulation, as we have already discussed, that key to remember its response is SLUD, S-L-U-D, SLUD. S means salivation, L means lacrimation, U means urination, D means defecation, the all excretory function or elimination of the waste. And second is the digestion and absorption of food. So this is the main responses of the parasympathetic system, and actually its responses are completely opposite to that of the sympathetic stimulation. When we see the sympathetic stimulation on the eye, then sympathetic stimulation causes constriction of iris and dilatation of pupil, while it causes constriction of pupil. The next effect is on the salivary gland. Sympathetic system causes dryness of mouth, while parasympathetic division causes stimulation of the flow of saliva. When we see its action on the lungs, when we see action of the action of autonomic nervous system on the lungs, the sympathetic division causes dilatation of airways, while parasympathetic system causes constriction. When we see its effect on the heart, then sympathetic system increases the heart rate, while parasympathetic decreases the heart rate. Now on the digestive system. When we see its action on the digestive system, it increases secretion, all digestive secretions like pancreatic secretion, bile juice secretion, insulin secretion, and it also increases it also increases the motility of stomach and intestine. So it stimulates peristalsis and secretion of digestive system. When we see its effect on the liver, then we see the parasympathetic system stimulate the bile juice secretion, and it also help into the glycogenesis. Glycogenesis means it promotes the glycogen synthesis and store the energy in the liver. It promotes the secretion of enzymes, different enzymes of the digestive system and insulin. When we see its action on the urinary bladder and uterus, then it causes constriction of sphincter muscle, while it causes constriction of muscle wall of urinary bladder, and it relaxes the sphincter, which ultimately results in the urination. When during the urination, sphincter relaxes, while the wall of the urinary bladder constricted, and this occurs with the action of the parasympathetic system of our body. When we see its effect on the uterus, there is minimal effect on the uterus. So this is all about the function or responses of parasympathetic system of autonomic nervous system.